Alright guys, let's see if this will fix my lighting problem. Okay, Castlevania is a Netflix original series. It is not an anime, it's a cartoon, okay? But if you like anime, you'll probably like it for the same reasons that you like anime, which is beside the point. That's not what we're talking about today. This show is based on the 8-bit video game series of the same name. And I think it's based off of the third game. I haven't played any of the Castlevania games, but you don't need to play any of the video games in the Castlevania franchise to enjoy this TV show for what it is. This show is one of the best cartoons of this decade so far. And if you've ever watched like Avatar: The Last Airbender or The Legend of Korra, that's kind of what this is. It's an American anime type of thing. Yeah, it's a cartoon that looks a lot like an anime, but it's awesome, man. So the story follows a wide range of characters. It's one of the best ensemble casts of any cartoon I've ever seen. I don't think there's one main character in this show. It's an ensemble. The first episode of this show is pretty much just exposition for what we need to know going into the series. Right? We meet Dracula, we meet his wife dies, and then he flips out. Just flips out. He wants to kill every single human ever. He's going from town to town, just killing every single human with his creatures of the night. And it isn't until the very last scene within the first episode that we meet the person who's kind of supposed to be the main character. I don't really consider him to be the main character, though. Yeah, like I said, ensemble cast. Okay. His name is Trevor Belmont, and he's the last of his family. And they were excommunicated by the Catholic Church because apparently they thought that their family was deviling with dark magic and stuff. But in reality, they were killing vampires and saving the world from that type of stuff. He's pretty much just a bumbling drunk at this point. He doesn't really have much to live for, but stuff happens, and he eventually decides to do what his family is supposed to do. Later in the show, Trevor meets Sypha, and she is a speaker, and she can do a bunch of magic spells, and they team up. At first, these two don't get along at all, but they start showing hints that they might start to warm up to each other, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Like I said, Dracula is in the first episode, but you learn about his conquest to kill all these humans. But he doesn't really show up for the rest of the first season. The first season's only 4 episodes long, which is pretty disappointing because we don't get to see as much of the show as we want to. But honestly, season 1 kind of feels like a test, just to see if, people even wanted to watch this show. And stuff doesn't really get going until season 2. Season 1 just feels like it could have been all of season 2 and what they gave us for season 1. But, they chose not to do that, and I think that's really dumb. But, I still like it. It's still pretty great. I also should mention that in season 2, well, at the end of season 1, we get introduced to Alucard. And yeah, he's with Trevor and Sypha throughout this season. I should also mention that Alucard is the son of Dracula, so there's that too. Alucard is a pretty cool character. I would have liked to see a little bit more from him from the beginning, but by the end of season 2, we kind of get a little more depth with him. I just wish that we would have gotten some depth for him early on in the season. Season 2, we pretty much just get to watch Dracula and his court and their internal affairs on this whole war against humanity play out, and it is like Shakespearean writing. It is so interesting to watch these characters do what they do. And then we also get to see Trevor and their merry batch of friends do their thing. But yeah, like I said, season 2 is where things really kick into high gear. We get a lot more of Dracula, and this version of Dracula is probably my personal favorite version of Dracula. He is such a damaged and wounded character, and he's very sympathetic, and you see where he's coming from. And that's the thing I really love about this show, is that this show sheds so much light on its characters. We can relate to pretty much all of them and see where they're coming from and get behind them. And it's really, really hard to take sides. And that's one of the coolest things about this TV show. And if any TV show can pull that off, then that makes it a good TV show, in my opinion. I also got to talk about the animation in this TV show. This is some of the most gorgeous animation I've ever seen in Western animated TV shows, even though it is based off of Eastern animation. But I, I, I love, I just, I just love this animation. It's gorgeous. For season 1, I gotta give it like a B plus, but season 2 is definitely an A. I really want to see more American anime inspired cartoons like this. You know, we haven't seen one that's this good since Legend of Korra. Legend of Korra was amazing. And I really want to talk about both of those shows some days, the Avatar cartoons. But yeah, I just want to see more stuff like this. Maybe I'll review The Dragon King if I ever watch it. But yeah. Now, guys, if any of you have watched this TV show, please tell me what you think of it in the comments, please. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Look forward to more Halloween reviews soon. I'm gonna review the 1978 Halloween movie soon. And then, hopefully, I'll see the 2018 Halloween by the end of October. I got a busy schedule, fellas. Alright, see you later. Bye.